Hello, my beautiful handsome individuals. This is your next 7 days ahead. Pick a card reading. I've laid out 3 piles for you to choose from. Take a moment, choose the one that you're drawn to. I'll see you at your timestamp. Hi, group one. You chose this card with a big old clock. So there's something you're waiting on. It's time, or you've been waiting on divine timing. Okay, so this is a week where you're going to have some patience. Just know, group one, that anything that has been delayed in your life has been for a reason. Nothing in your life that feels delayed or like it's been blocked is actually blocked. It's just taking a while to get to you. So practice that patience and don't lose faith, okay? So that's the first message I want to get out. Let's see what the next 7 days entail for you, honey, okay? All right, your main energy this week, we've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. See what I mean? It feels like something is delayed. You might feel slower, okay? Your challenge, feeling overwhelmed here with the Six of Swords in the reverse. What's going to help you here? The Two of Wands in the reverse. What to look forward to? We've got the Four of Swords in the reverse. Your message from Spirit, Two of Cups in the reverse. Back of the deck, Page of Pentacles. So, and then we've got the Ten of Wands in the reverse. All right, so one of the biggest things this week, group one, is that you really do need to try and be patient because it feels like you've got a lot of things going on. We saw the Ten of Wands at the back of the deck along with the Page of Pentacles. So this could be connected to your work. If you feel like you've been procrastinating, this is going to be the week where you're trying to organize your schedule to avoid falling into patterns of procrastination, of overthinking something. All right. Something that's going to help you get ahead this week is not going back to the past and staying stuck, questioning why something hasn't happened or why you're not getting the results that you want. Because it's kind of pointless to be circling around whatever this is. Some of you have been holding on, like if you've been looking for employment or you're putting your resume out there, it's kind of like you want to put yourself out there, but at the same time, you're like, okay, but then I have to start over. Then I have to do this and that. And you might be overthinking a situation. This is a lot of things going on around you, but I'm getting analysis paralysis here. Like there's so much going on and there's something about you working to meet deadlines or working against the clock and you feel at times like you're incompetent or like maybe you're lazy or maybe like, or you might be feeling lazy, right? It's not that you're lazy. Maybe you're just overwhelmed because of so much that you've got going on. All right, let's go a little bit further. All right, so we got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. I want you to know, honey, is that you're going to overcome this whole feeling anxious and overthinking something. You are going to make a decision here. Yeah, you're going to make a decision. You're sticking with it. And this decision has to do with you accomplishing your tasks to the point where you're not feeling overwhelmed or trapped by time constraints or expectations. With the Justice in the reverse. Yeah, you're practicing, or your advice here is do your best to manage your priorities, your time, like your deadlines. I don't know. I get like, honestly, it feels like there is something that you're running out of time or you feel like there's pressure to deliver something within a certain amount of time. And you're going over all the details. And what I'm getting to tell you is don't stay stuck on one aspect of whatever it is that you need to do, but rather focus on the whole thing, right? From start to completion, where do you need to go? What do you need to do? And then break it down into bigger chunks, not into the small details. Because I feel, group one, that you're someone that tends to get stuck on perfecting something of whatever it is that you're working on to the point where you could burn yourself out before you complete it. Okay, what's going to help you here is to be decisive and make a plan. Make a plan, and like I said, like something huge, right? Like your to-do list. And then you start by priority and kind of line it up to where, okay, if I don't get this done by this date, these are the consequences. And that's how you go down the list of priorities, right? What bears the strongest impact on you, right? So yeah, because I'm getting honey-do list in my head. I haven't heard that expression in a minute, honey-do list. And I was thinking about that before, right? Like back in the day, I would have stickies. I still do have stickies, come to think of it, on my desk. But it's like I would, and there's like stickies on the computer. You could do that too if you have it, right? But I prefer the paper stickies because I like to physically, like, I have a list of stickies on my desk, and I'm like, as I'm doing things, I'm like removing stickies, right? Post-it notes. So that could be something, whatever method works for you, group one, it's going to be essential for you to get shit done this week because there's just a lot. And sometimes we have so much going on that we just sit there and think about what we need to do, but then feel tired before we even get it done, right? So, but yeah, it's like you're prioritizing and kind of rationalizing. If I don't do this within this time frame, this is what could happen, or this is going to be the fallout. So make you a plan, honey, okay? And then here with the Five of Wands in the reverse, maybe it's time to get others involved. All right, it seems for those of you that work for a company or you work with other people, this could be like your team strategizing to get some major project done this week, or kind of sitting and talking about what the best solution is. Confirmation. I'm sorry, it's kind of windy outside. It triggers the alarm. But anyways, so yeah, so make a plan, get others involved if you have the ability. If you work for yourself or you don't work, right, you have things to do at home. This could be talking to your family members about, we've got to do this deep cleaning, or, I mean, it's not springtime, at least not over here, but like some household project or some type of family endeavor or something that everybody can pitch in and make something not as overwhelming. All right, because there's a little bit of fear with, if we don't get this done, this is going to be the consequence, or if we don't meet this standard or this goal, or, it's giving burnout. All right. Ooh, hold on. Oh, I had a big old sneeze on you. Okay. So let's look at this. Why the Four of Swords in the reverse, Spirit? I do see that by the end of the week, you are in a more relaxed space. Okay. Ace of Swords in the reverse. You're finding now what has been a time waster, or how you hadn't been prioritizing things, right? Like there's something that you're seeing about your situation that's going to help improve it. All right. You're following the rules here. And that's what changes everything. So this is also giving like work smarter, not harder. Main theme for you this week, group one, is time management and collaboration. If you feel overwhelmed, ask for help, especially those of you that work, with other people. So, and try not to like bite off more than you can chew, or if there's something huge, again, it's process of elimination. What is really important? Your message from Spirit here is don't let things get so overwhelming that you start being confrontational with other people, because it could affect your mood when you've got a lot of things going on, right? Like people might not know how to approach you, group one. Be like, I don't know about group one. And that's only if you are not voicing that you feel overwhelmed, that you need help. It's okay to ask for help, okay? There's nothing wrong, okay? You don't have to do things on your own. All right, and we've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, you're being advised from Spirit to watch that temper All right. And don't don't be fearful, because fear can lead to stagnancy, analysis paralysis, things not getting completed, or mistakes happening. All right. And then here, King of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, it leads to some level of instability and you lacking confidence and having self-doubt. Okay. So it's not about you failing. It's about, there's something about maybe you not wanting to ask for help. You feel like you need to figure everything out on your own. And why stress yourself out, honey? Okay. Don't stress yourself out this week. All right. That's what I see for you the next 7 days. Let's get you some advice here. Also, I feel like I'm trying to talk very fast and I'm not. Oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. I don't know. It's something about pace yourself. I feel like my group ones are my overthinkers. Like, what is the best way to do this? And then because you're thinking so much, you kind of stay there thinking of multiple scenarios without actually getting to work. Okay. Spirit, what's the advice for my group ones this week? We have got intellect. Be smart, okay? And here it's giving the Two of Cups in the reverse. It's giving like you might not see eye to eye. Growth with someone. You're trying to get on the same page. You're trying to grow your career. Perception, all right? You have a keen eye for detail, group one, and that's part of the issue. Transformation. You're changing the way that you're doing things. You are, and that is leading to your growth. Whatever it is that has felt discombobulated, if you yourself have felt discombobulated, over the next 7 days, you're going to see improvement. You're going to see growth. And this fine eye for detail is going to work to your advantage rather than be a hindrance for you going forward. All right, my dears, that is what I see for you, honey. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Stay real, stay blessed. Bye. Hello, group 2. You chose this card, honey. Okay, so this is chains being broken. You seeing a passageway, a threshold, all right? So it seems like this week you're breaking through some obstacles or feeling freer. The path ahead is open, but there's rocks and there's mud and there's things that you have to get through. All right, let's see if it's going to play out for you, how it's going to play out for you this week. Spirit, for my group number 2 is tell me about their next 7 days. What's coming? What do they need to be aware of over the next 7 days? We've got the 6 of Wands in the reverse. Broken promises, huh? Okay. 8 of Swords in the reverse. Tell me about my group 2s. Ace of Swords, love it. Okay, what is coming for my group 2s? Temperance reversed. And what is the message from Spirit? Knight of Wands in the reverse. So this is going to be a week of clarity. King of Pentacles reversed. 10 of Pentacles. It feels like there is some sort of stability in your life or recognition in your life that feels like it's been delayed or like a promise wasn't delivered to you, or you're not seeing the progress that you were hoping for. All right. And something about this week is you being more productive, trying to find a way to get better control over your situation. And it's kind of giving the light at the end of the tunnel. There is a challenging situation in your life that you're working through to get more balance over. Now, while this week might not be the week of the breakthrough itself, at least you're course correcting or doing things to improve your situation. Because there's still something here about you needing to regulate your mood, needing to regulate your bad habits. If you have bad habits, all right, there's something about you need a little bit more healing this week, and you're breaking through whatever this is. These chains in this card can represent addictions. It can represent thoughts, right? Habits, something that has been keeping us away from whatever is out there, whether it's a connection, whatever this is for you, okay? So you're learning a lot about yourself, and in a way, this is helping you heal, even though right now it feels like you're not making the most progress, okay? So your win is coming, it's just delayed. Tell me about the next 7 days. Why the Six of Wands reversed? Death. Yeah, there's something that's like, oh, there's something that's changing here. I'm releasing something. I'm facing the fear. 10 of Swords, mental breakdown. Okay, so there is this reinventing yourself, right? It says it's over. It's over. You have outgrown the situation. Reinvent yourself. So yeah, there's something that you're letting go of this week, group 2. And even though it's not easy and it's a little bit scary, it actually leaves you feeling more liberated. There might be something about, I don't feel like, even though I've given this up, or even though I'm trying to release that or improve this, you feel like progress is slow. There's some things that you still have to work through this week. This ending, or this change that's coming into your life, is to help you get rid of excess. It's to help you get rid of superficial things, okay? All right, tell me about this Eight of Swords reversed. Okay, Six of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there's something that you were giving your time and energy to wasn't giving back to you in return, and it left you feeling trapped or confined. You know what? Group 1 had a similar message of like confinement or restriction, but theirs was around timing. Yours feels like it's a mindset or an actual something that you've been doing. And this, whatever it is that you have been doing, wasn't allowing you to step into your full potential or to accomplish whatever all you set out to. And some of you, like, this could be the week that you realize something has been draining you, or something has been blocking you from advancement. Okay, what will help here? The Tower, look at that. It's a big week. Did I mention that earlier? I feel that it's a huge week for you, group 2. And it is. This is your turning point, honey. You got Death and the Tower. So it's not going to be easy, Temperance reversed, but it's going to help you course correct. Something looks a lot scarier than it actually is. And this is going to be clear insight, a clear breakthrough that you have, that's going to allow for this Six of Wands in reverse to become upright eventually. Well, this is not the week of recognition. It is a week of course correcting and balancing things out. Tell me about Temperance reversed. Tell me about Temperance reversed. Six of Swords, because you are going to heal and you are moving forward. Yes, you are. Lean in for support with others, okay? You're leaving something behind, escaping something that was difficult, because it's delayed this healing. It's delayed this leveling up for you. Look at that. The Chariot. It's your willpower, your determination that's going to lead to your success. So nothing comes without you putting in some effort. And it's like this insight that comes in with the Tower and the Ace of Swords. This can be something like you get news, or a decision that you made in the past has consequences that lead to this Tower moment. The Tower might be disruptive. It might change your foundation, but it strips you away of whatever doesn't serve you or whatever is not meant to stay. Okay, if it's faulty, if it's on shaky ground, it crumbles. But that's when you can rebuild, right? You can't rebuild. You can't keep patching up a building and expect it to last forever. The only way to get through that is complete destruction and starting from the foundation up, and you build it up, right? And this is going to be one of those weeks where news, insight, decisions, whatever this might be for you. We're not going to get too detailed. It's not one of those readings, honey, but this is the kickoff point, I feel. All right. What is your message from Spirit? I'm getting walk, don't run. Walk, don't run. Some of you could be teachers. Tell me about the Knight of Wands reversed. Five of Wands reversed. Okay. Teamwork, collaboration. Okay. Back of the deck, Queen of Wands reversed. Seven of Swords. Someone around you could be in not the best mood. And it's because this person has been under stress. They've been procrastinating. Maybe this is your own energy. So it's something to look out for. When we're cleaning our path or when we're trying to kick a bad habit, sometimes our mood is not the best. And this could be what this is referring to. When we try to bring about change, it's not easy in the beginning. It becomes easier with time, right? It's like something is making sense to you that needs to change so that you can reach your ultimate fulfillment. But when you start taking the steps, it's painful. It's like working out. You haven't worked out forever, and then you try and go run a marathon. Of course, you're going to probably be hanging out with your tongue out on the side of the road because you can't keep up, or you're out of breath, wheezing like, an episode of My 10,000 Pound Life or something. And it's because we haven't worked that muscle in a minute, right? Implementing changes. What's that saying? Something it takes a few days to develop a bad habit and it takes weeks to kick the habit, or some shit like that. I'm bad at sayings. But this is one of those weeks, honey, okay? So that is what I see for you over the next 7 days. It's a big, big breakthrough for you. Let's get you some advice. And so we can close out your reading, friends. My goodness gracious. Okay, you fine. I just started sweating, honey, and it's like 20 degrees outside. Phew. Spirit for my group twos. What advice do you have for them? How to navigate the next 7 days? Advice for my group twos. We've got eternal. Inspiration. Eternal inspiration. And give me one more. Communication. Yeah, express yourself, okay? Reflection. This is going to be a very reflective week for you, where you're realizing the cycles, the patterns that you've been involved in, how you affect other people around you, what this habit does to affect everything in your life. And you're finding the inspiration again. This could be through exercise or developing some healthy habit that's going to allow you to open the door. Improved communication, improved opportunity. The clouds are clearing. I really do love this week for you, group 2. And while it's not easy, know that you will cross this threshold, okay? So I wish you all the best, honey. Take care of you. Thanks for spending some time with me today. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Stay real, stay blessed. Bye. Hello, group 3. You chose this beautiful card. Look at him. He's so handsome. Or she's beautiful, whatever they are. All right. So this chameleon, some of you might have to play chameleon this week, where you try to blend into your surroundings, maybe not trying to call attention, or maybe trying to stand out a lot if you contrast, all right? I feel adaptability. Yes. Camouflage ability. Is that even a word? I don't know. Group 3, tell me, Spirit, for my group 3s, what is happening over the next 7 days? What do they need to be aware of? What do they need to know this week? My group 3s. Okay, we got the 7 of Wands in the reverse. You know what? That's immediately what I'm getting. I don't want to fight. I don't want to, I don't want to stick out. I just want to put my head down and get to work. Like, leave me alone. All right. 8 of Swords. Oh my goodness. As I say that, like, yeah, you're not trying to stick out. Tell me about my group 3s. What is coming this week? All right, we have got to the Eight of Wands in the reverse. You want to avoid something, but it's like, no, keep going, group 3. Eight of Pentacles. We just have 888 on the table, honey. How you doing? Okay. You're very focused on your whatever you've got going on this week. What is your message from Spirit this week? The World. Look at that. Love it. Love it. Back of the deck here, we've got the Hierophant in the reverse, and then the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So something about you putting your foot down this week, but doing it in a way that isn't aggressive will help you. Because I feel like this is a week where you don't want to fight. You just want to finish your shit. And you're like, I'm getting like, please, I hope they don't see me. I hope they don't see me. Like you're out and about and you're trying to get shit done and you're trying to avoid attention on you this week. And it's because you have something major that you're working on or something that you're working on building and you don't have time for distractions, right? Or you don't want to get distracted. I don't know. I all of a sudden I've developed a lisp, you guys, and it's so annoying. Also, I bit my tongue, so there's that. So if you hear me kind of slurring my words, it's not really slurring, it's that it hurts. Anyways, so there's that. There is something about communication this week, okay? Your main focus here is that you are trying to work to come to an agreement with someone or the people that you surround yourself with. And it's like, I'm tired, but I'm still showing up and I'm still doing what I need to. And it's giving boundaries, honestly. Like I'm here, I'm doing what I have to do. Okay, now I'm going to close the door because I need to focus or something like that. Okay. Spirit, tell me about the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Or like you see your phone ringing and you're not answering the calls because you're in the middle of something. Whereas like old you would have picked up the phone and stopped whatever you were doing. And this week you're like, no, I have to finish this. All right. So we've got here the Star. How do you want that to fall? Because I didn't see how I pulled it. In the reverse, it came out the same way. Okay. So you feel a little bit like hopeless at times. Maybe because you've got a lot going on. And it's giving another thing that I'm getting here with the Emperor reversed, the Sun. Seven of Pentacles. You are very, very focused on your responsibilities this week. And there's also here something about you want to blend in, but at the same time, you want recognition. So you need to decide, honey, what you want. You want people to recognize how you contribute to your environment. Do you just want to put your head down and get to work? Like keep your head down and listen for your name type of energy? Or what is it that you want? Because I get a little bit of, I'm so focused, I'm so determined, but at the same time, I feel stuck, like this is not going anywhere. Right? And it's like you want to do so much in a short amount of time. Maybe you watch group 1. All right, Spirit, what's the challenge this week? Two of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, there is something about you needing to decide what it is that you want. Do you want to blend in or do you want to stand out? You're operating on two different frequencies and that can confuse. And look, 8 of Cups in the reverse. How can you want to step into the spotlight, but at the same time, for people to leave you alone? Like, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so we're going to try to clarify what that's about. But there's something like you had your hopes on something and you feel like no matter how much you're showing up and contributing, you're still not getting your propers. So that has you feeling stuck. or feeling like nothing is ever going to change. You could be seeing repeating eights, 88, 88, 888. All right. So eights are about transformation. It is also about being able to show up and dedicate the time, the energy, the effort to something. It is about progress, but it could also be about stagnation if we're not careful. All right. Now, when you feel like you're losing traction, keep working. All right. You're not meant to just slow down and listen for your name. You're not that type of person, honey. Okay. You're meant for more here with the world. So finish out your cycle or finish up something, or maybe that's what's happening this week. You're trying to wrap up a project or something that you've been working on, and you're trying to avoid distractions. And that's all that this is. So it's hard for you to be operating on two different frequencies, right? One where you are just dedicated and showing up, and one where you want this recognition. Maybe it's not the right time for that recognition, or maybe it's not the right time, what have you. Okay. But if you feel like you're losing traction, or like you take one step forward and three back, just pace yourself, realign yourself, and keep pushing. Okay, we got the King of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, be careful that you're not too impulsive or you're prone to extremes, group 3. All right, where it's like go, go, go 1 minute and then sit on your ass the next minute. I'm sorry, but that's how I see it, right? It's like try to operate within balance here. All right, because you're causing your own delay. Here, look, and then back of the deck, we've got temperance, balance, moderation. Okay, so yeah, you're being advised to find the happy medium with whatever it is you're trying to accomplish this week. Yeah, try to stay in the middle, because it's like opposite extremes. 1 minute this, 1 minute that. And it's like, how are you going to make the progress that you want if you keep flip-flopping, right? All right, Spirit, what's happening here? You are a perfectionist, group 3. That's why I'm thinking like maybe some of you came from group 1, or you might have been tempted, because there's a similar message, different energy though. All right, Spirit, tell me about the 8 of Pentacles for group 3. The Fool reverse. Okay, so yeah, there is something about a new start in the future, but there's times that you get ahead of yourself and you work to perfectionism, but you need to find that control and prioritize, right? It's like, again, this extreme change. So you're going to keep advancing, keep doing the work, keep showing up. But as far as you taking on this like new beginning, it's not the right time. It's something about you're jumping in without knowing the full details, or you're investing kind of without looking at the potential pitfalls, right? That's the shadowy side of the Fool. So you're being advised to perfect your craft, do the hard work, do whatever it is you have to before you fully emerge. Before you fully immerse yourself in whatever this is. I do see you completing something though. There's a major milestone that you are achieving here. Maybe there's something about whatever you're doing is being broken down and you can wrap it up, or at least part of it, but I feel it's something big. Tell me about the World. What is the message from Spirit? We've got the Hermit in the reverse. 10 of Cups, Temperance. The way to happiness is finding that balance. The way to fulfillment is about finding that balance and really focusing on what is happiness for you. This could be prioritizing your family, for example, because this is a family card, and maybe you've been doing a lot of work and not giving your time and attention to others, especially when it comes to the people that you care about in your life. So you're being advised to go back and review What are your priorities? Where has time become a leakage? Maybe here with the Hermit in reverse, you've been keeping from your family or you've been keeping from your friends, right? And this could be leading to feeling isolated, feeling sadness. You might not know where it's stemming from, and maybe you haven't seen your family in a minute. So yeah, it's not just about go, 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 full speed ahead. It's about keep pushing, but find balance also. Don't neglect other important people, important things in your life. Like I said, I feel this is very close to group 1, but the way the container it's in is different. I do want to clarify this World and the Hermit reversed. Spirit, what is your message for my group 3s? 5 of Pentacles reversed. Luck, triumph, okay? Very nice. So you are recovering. You're in a recovery period. Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Tower reversed. There's something that you've been resisting as far as changes, but that is what can turn around for you. You can complete this major task or this major goal in your life, a major milestone. Ooh. Okay. So I was interrupting you guys and kind of lost my train of thought there, but I know it was on this card here with the 5 of Pentacles reversed. It allows you to recover something, I'm also getting like making up for lost time. So that might make sense to someone about making up for the lost time and having to be very flexible, very adaptable. And that's the main takeaway from this reading. Make time for what is important to you. Show up, do your work still, but don't neglect who is important or what is important to you. All right, that is what I see for you, friends. Let's get you some oracle cards to wrap up your reading. Very nice. Very nice reading. Spirit, for my group 3s, what advice do you have for them this week? What is your advice to my group 3s? Intellect. See, someone got this. One of the other 2 piles. Grace. What advice do you have? Passion. Back of the deck, balance. See what I mean? It's like your balance is essential this week, group 3. And there's something about a mismatch here with the energies. You're going to be smart enough to prioritize, and you're going to do things in a graceful way, pursuing your passions, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Confirmation. We got flowers here. So there are good things in store for you this week, honey. It's just about you finding the proper alignment, the proper container in which to operate in, okay? So friends, that is what I see for you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me here today. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Stay real, stay blessed. Bye.